I don't know if I'm going to post this video. It was a request. Somebody wanted to see freelance Amy instead of always scripted reading Book of Mormon, Quran, House of David, Bible News, all scripts. Here's my book that I'm reading right now. Pioneers. See, it's probably backwards when you watch it, maybe. See, I have to learn how to use this stuff. I'll just show you the rest of my books because I don't know what else to do. I read several Dan Browns. I might have read this one. I don't remember. I don't think I read this Dan Brown though. Either way, they were here, the veteran's house. It was on upside down, so I hope to read for pleasure again one day. I'm still reading for studying. Pardon me. Freelance Amy, let's see. Okay. I found this upstairs too, Narcotics Anonymous. I am not really with the Anonymous too much. You know what? I don't know what step one is of this, but if it's the same as the alcohols, step one is to admit you're powerless. I am not powerless, okay? Like, the spirit is willing, the flesh is weak, no doubt, a little weak, but not powerless. So, I'm not sure. I'm gonna read that, but I wanted to see, okay? Now, when I was in high school, I've been reading my whole life, really. And whether, reading back then was, you're toddler with the tablets now, or they're checked out with the tablets. I was checked out with a book. And I'm out there, I guess. I don't know. I like them. All right. Daniel Steele. I must have read all of her books when I was growing up, but I saw this and I thought that might help get the motor running after all that domestic violence, like a romance. Hers were pretty steamy, I think. This one looks steamy, but I haven't read those dirty little romance, erotic novels. I haven't read them. Okay. This one, I might have read this one too. Everybody in the insurance industry did, because Lloyd's of London was like the very first insurance company, and it dealt with people trying to sell stuff. They were trying to sell like diamonds and jewels, little things, like gemstones are small and very easily stolen by pirates on the shipping boats. So people try to make this insurance company where they value the risk and they try to insure things in case of piracy, really, like, it's good. I mean, all right, what else we got? Hold on. This is one of the only books that I showed up here with, like, it actually belongs to me. I actually have a series of these. One of them is signed by Tennessee Williams, but I don't think it's this one. The Glass Menagerie, Streetcar Named Desire. I read through both of those. The only one left, the reason I'm carrying it around, is Battle of Angels, and I really should bang it out because this is 3 books in one book. So this is a big book, but it's not. Let's see. Okay, it looks like Glass Menagerie starts right there. So 122 pages, and it's a play. Do you know what a play is written like? Play is not, the whole page is not filled up because it's like a play with characters. Okay, so I think that might make me happy today. It's not an audiobook. I have to sit and read it. Which I don't have a lamp in here, so I can only do that when the light's on. See, I don't want to get too long on this talking about nonsense stuff. Okay, got work to do. The other book I have to sit and read, not an audiobook. It's called Panama something. Panama Passage. It's got a pretty map in there. And, okay. So, hurry up. Oh, this book also came with me from my home. I was reading this book in my last life before I was ripped out of there by crisis, the Veterans Administration, the VA Crisis Center got me out of where I was in this situation, locked up in a room for 4 days being held hostage by my dad. Okay. Anyway, see, that's too much information. I don't want to post that. Okay. This is a really good book about architecture. It's about these kids that go to architecture school, and they're studying like Gothic architecture, and like this one student, he didn't want to build that. He wanted to build these things that he was designing, like this new age movement, buildings that didn't look like other buildings. And I'm not done. It got a little weird. I think I'm on chapter 10. I don't know. She has an amazing book list. Like later, this is one of her like books before capitalism. I think she's got a book called Capitalism, but I'm not sure she has it all together in this book. I really enjoyed it, but then something got weird and I put it down. But I am on audiobook on that. Okay. Let's listen to this called The Wild. Like, I just did Island of the Blues Dolphins, and this was like another animal book, so I fell asleep, so I have to try again. A Girl Named Maggie, or no, Maggie, Girl of the Streets. This was the first book I read once I got to Scranton. I had bought it in Wilkes-Barre, but while I was still living in Scranton, I took a road trip and went to the Oxford Library. Okay. Grace to the Finish. I do want to read it. This sounds fun. This must be the place. It seems to be the memoirs of Montparnasse by Jimmy the Barman. So the bartender's account of somebody ghost. What was it? Ambrose? This was upstairs. I don't know. Sometimes you want a ghost story. It's not House of the Seven Gables. Okay, almost done. My baby daddy Steve brought me this one, but he ripped the cover off. Gathering Spies. Has something to do with the Nazis, and I think there was an offensive symbol on there, but okay. Evidence of Things Unseen. It says it was a finalist in the Pulitzer Prize. Didn't Obama win that? What is that? It's not. That's fiction, isn't it? I don't think it's. Okay. Sci-fi. Some sci-fi is okay. The World's Desire. Okay. Case of Autumn Rose, like a mystery. Just as juvenile fiction. How hard can it be with your help? Alright. Hope that helps.